What's going on, everybody? Swanny here. Welcome to Train Sim World. Yes, the day is here. Train Sim World is out, and I'm super excited to show this off to you guys. Real quick, if you haven't checked out the video I already made, it's kind of a quick little kind of like promo-like video, something different that I haven't really done before. Check that out on the channel. I think it's kind of cool. I just want to try something new, so be sure to check that out. We are doing a short little scenario here. It's not even really a scenario. It's called a services mode, which is kind of like free drive, or like a what's it called, or like a standard scenario in Train Simulator 2017, kind of equivalent to that. Essentially what we're doing today is we're going to take these 3 coal hoppers, load them up here at the mine. I don't know if we're in the Shaw mine or the Rockford mine. Not sure which one it is, but we're going to fill these up and then just kind of take them over and drop them off somewhere else. And so let's go ahead and get started, and we'll keep talking as we start moving, but let's get underway here. This is the SD40-2, one of 3 locomotives that they are giving to you in this sand patch grade route. 3 locomotives are obviously the GP38, the SD40-2, and then I was corrected earlier. I was saying it was the ES44, but it's actually the AC4400. My assumption was they were similar. That's kind of what I was told, so I apologize for that. It is the AC4400. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves moving here. Headlights are already on. We can go ahead and throw our reversers forward. Go ahead and release our local brake. I think our brakes release as well. And let's go ahead and give 2 little blasts at the horn here. That 1 notch of power, and we'll get ourselves moving. Alright. So real quick, I gotta give a huge shout out to Dovetail Games. These guys were awesome. They reached out to me a couple weeks ago, and apparently they saw the videos I made during the beta, and they liked the content and offered to give me a free copy of the game to share the full game with you guys as well. So that was awesome. I was not expecting that. Kind of a big accomplishment. I'm pretty proud of it. So just be aware that this was given to me for free, so you guys can take my advice or take my information as you will. I guess technically this could be sponsored if you can consider it that, but I'll try to give you as much as my honest opinion as I possibly can here. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop outside here so we can see this happen. A little bit of a glitch. Alright, so we should be good here at 3. It should start filling out by itself here. So this is pretty cool. And if you guys didn't know, Train Sim World, you can roam the world on foot as well, and you can pretty much interact with the trains, as far as like locomotives or the cars. You can run up on top of the rails of the coal cars, as you kind of saw in my other video if you guys have watched it, and you can get a kind of up close and personal look of the train as it loads its coal. It's pretty neat. It's kind of unique, something I don't think anyone's ever seen before. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ourselves moving here, and we'll keep talking. Let's go ahead. We gotta move. We gotta go to. Okay, we are in Rockwood. Alright, so we gotta go up here to our waypoint up this way. I believe the speed limit here is 15, so we'll try to keep it somewhere in that range. Yeah, so far so good. As far as this being different than what I saw in the beta, it's not too much different. They added a couple new things. The most noticeable were the physics. In the beta, there was a lot of concerns that the braking on the trains and all the physics were a little bit off, and I think they've really addressed that. It's a lot harder to get trains slowed down now, especially when they're big and they're full. And so that's always good to see. They added some more markers here, as you can see on the screen. I'm leaving the HUD up. If you guys want to get rid of it, you just press F1. That disables the HUD. And so they added some new markers. They added speed restriction markers. They added signal markers, and they've also added like whistle posts on the sides of the tracks. Before, that never used to be there. That was all stuff that was brought up from people that played the beta, and they were good to incorporate that back into the game. So yeah, so there's just little things that they tinkered with, but the premise of the game, the majority of it is mostly still the same. So it's looking good. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with the direction that this is moving. In general, I think simulation in general is going in the right direction. you know, it's just kind of setting a baseline for what we can expect in the future. So I'm really excited with that. I mean, you can just tell by how like the graphics are completely awesome. I mean, the rendering is completely different. It's just, it honestly feels a lot more realistic. If you guys haven't checked out the channel so far, go check it out. I made some videos, like I said, during the beta. I think I made 7 or 8 videos back then, and they varied, talking about different things, such as, you know, there was ones going over tutorials, there was ones going kind of talking about the route itself, going over Sandpatch Grade, and then there was also one that went through Cumberland Yard that kind of showed off yard work and moving around and having to interact with the trains and uncouple and couple things, using a turntable, refueling locomotives, and that kind of stuff. So that was really cool. Be sure to check those 2 out. Those were I think the 2 most popular ones. There's also another one that kind of showcases maybe a couple of the interactions you might not have caught or have seen. That one's called 10 interactions you may have missed, as well as there are other ones as far as finding collectibles. If you guys weren't aware, again, you can travel the world by foot. You can literally walk from one end of the route to the other on your feet if you wanted to, which I think is kind of cool. It takes forever, so I don't recommend it, but to kind of add to the effect of that new edition, they've added like collectibles, and it started out with hard hats and warning, like posters, I guess, CSX safety posters, and they've added a couple new things now. So I also have a couple videos on those as well. If you guys are having any issues finding those, I have a full tutorial on where all those are located. We got a crossing coming up here. Let's go ahead and listen to the horn, and we'll keep talking after this. So not bad, So just so you guys are all aware, the horns and bells are all the same for all 3 locomotives. The bells, they sound a little bit different as far as speed, but the sound is pretty much the same. A lot of people aren't too thrilled about that, but I try to look at the positives, and for me, it's honestly a step up from where they used to be from the default horns in TS 2017 and previous games like that. If you played like the original Railworks and like some of the earlier Train Sim 2017s, all the locomotives had the same default horn, and it was pretty horrendous, to be fair. And I might even be generous, but I think it's not great, but it's definitely better than it was. And I think that, you know, now that the game is out, I think that there's going to be a lot of third-party developers trying to throw their hats in the rings and try to improve maybe the physics or, you know, sounds and stuff like that. So just expect that there's probably going to be some third-party stuff popping up here shortly. So that's always something to look forward to. If you guys did not know, everything's dynamically sound as well, so you can open these windows and it starts to get louder, which is really cool. That's a feature that you would see if you had a payware version of a couple, well, it's not really considered payware. It's like certain DLC locomotives had those features where you can open up windows and doors and they would change the sound dynamics of the train. So that's pretty neat. And pretty much everything as well in this locomotive is fully interactive. You can pretty much touch everything on here. You know, you got your visors, and you got all your switches. You even have like AC up here. You can check all your fuse boxes. Each one of these you can click. You can even go through a full startup process on the locomotive. If you go up here, you can open these doors right here, and that you can actually start the locomotive kind of in a cold and dark state, which is really cool. So yeah, just a couple, they're just trying to make you get more like involved with the process of railroading, especially with like switching and stuff like that. It's different. I would say it's different. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely better than before. Instead of having to do everything through a menu or like interactive menu. I don't even know how to say it. It's just more. It makes you do more. So it's like it just keeps you busier, I guess you could say. Now, the route itself, I think it spans, I don't know the exact number. I probably should have looked it up before I started talking. So I'm going to say a number just kind of out of my ass here, and it's probably wrong. But I want to say it's like 70 miles, somewhere around there. And it takes about an hour or so to get through. And it's got a lot of different scenery. You can see right here we're going along a river. There's some parts where you're going through canyons, so you go through mountains. And, oh, I think we might supposed to be stopping here. Oops. Too busy talking here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves slowed down. Hopefully our train's going to stop. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, there's tunnels, mountains, you go over bridges, and there's plenty of eye candy to be seen on this route. Alright, let's see what it wants us to do. Okay, so it wants us to uncouple our vehicles. So I can show you guys kind of here what it looks like where we can interact with the train here. So like I said, all these doors are interactive. You can pretty much walk around this whole train if you wanted to. We're gonna go out the back door here. You can, I mean, technically this chick should be doing it, but in this case I'm gonna do it. So we'll open this back door up, and so for instance, let me show you guys right here. I think it's right here. Yeah, so you can unlock that, pop this door open. And here's the engine right here, and you can start it, and you can like rev it and stuff like that right there. We'll close this back up. A lot of cool little features. So we'll climb down these steps here, and it's like look right here, you can climb up, and so this is what I was talking about. You can come right here on the side of the coal and watch it be loaded. So that's kind of cool. But this is my favorite stuff right here. All these interactions where you control the train itself. Like, so usually in Train Sim you would open up a menu and click on a coupler button and then uncouple the train. Now you physically got to stop the train, get out, come down here, and you can hit this right here, and boom, train's uncoupled. So now we're going to go ahead and pop back up in the cab here, and we'll wait for some more instructions. Go ahead and pop our door closed here. Let's get this one closed too. Alright. Go ahead and sit back down. Okay, we've got to keep moving here. Let's go ahead and should have put my locomotive in neutral there and threw the locomotive brake on as well when I stopped. I'm aware of that. I didn't do that. But it is what it is. So the 3 different modes they have in this, they have tutorials, they have scenarios. They're kind of like story based. They actually have they have narration in them. They actually have some sort of a guidelines that you're supposed to follow, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit better than the scenarios they had before. And then they have the services mode, and this follows real world timetables over sandpatch grade. So pretty much any time a train rolls through there, you can use it, and it has for different times of the day, different weathers, you know, different consists, different locomotives. So it's kind of neat. And then you can also just spawn on foot in any location, like I said, and just kind of explore the route that way. And the trains will still be running from the computer, so you can do some rail fanning if you like that, as well as finding all the collectibles that I kind of mentioned earlier. So there's a lot to do in this. There's a lot to do. I don't think that it's going to be easy to get bored in this. I know it is only one route for now. I'm not sure when they plan on doing another one. Hopefully at some point here in the near future. I think this was kind of just the base platform for the future routes. And I believe they're still going to be doing stuff for Train Simulator 2017 as well. So they're not going to just kind of leave that game behind at this point, which is still nice. But yeah, my first impressions so far are it's pretty nice. I think there's still a couple little bugs possibly here and there. A lot of it around the views, but I think they'll get those things figured out as time moves on. So I had a lot of people ask me about frames and stuff like that. I think I can pull up frames here. Let me see. There we go, right there. So right now I'm running 62 frames per second, which is pretty nice. Oh shit, I'm supposed to stop here. God. Pay attention, Nick. Pay attention. I think I might have just blown past it. Alright, let's back up a little bit. My bad, guys. I was talking too much. Now I blew past it this way. Come on. Oh my god, this game's trolling me right now. I don't like how it has to be that exact. I mean, come on. Alright. So yeah, so anyway, so we're talking about frames. Yeah, so frames are pretty good. I'm averaging about 40 to 45 on a typical run. I do have all my settings at ultra. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and stop here. Someone did ask me to check my settings, so I can show you guys real quick. We'll just do it real quick. If you guys want to pause it here and see what I got, go ahead and do that. So we'll go to visual settings here. We got the ultra preset, anti-aliasing at TAA, and then if you go to the advanced settings here, we got ultra high, high, ultra, ultra high. So go ahead and pause there if you guys want to look back and configure your settings the same way. But you guys can see that's what I'm running up there. I can leave that up for the rest of the video if you guys want as well. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, I'm supposed to turn around, I think. Okay. Just going backwards here. So yeah, so anywhere like between 40 and 45, sometimes 50. So it runs pretty smooth. I think there was a lot of things going around saying that the game wasn't really that stable. There's not really good frames per second, and I think the key is just to configure the game that runs best with your PC. I mean, if you guys, I mean, I'm running a pretty heavy PC here. I got a lot of, I got a pretty big graphics card. I got a lot of memory, and so I'm able to kind of do that kind of stuff. But at the same time, if I didn't have that, I definitely wouldn't be trying to get the best settings possible. The whole idea here is to run the game smoothly and get the best experience possible. And I think that when you have problems with frames, it kind of kills the immersion a little bit. So just be aware of that. Alright, let's get ourselves stopped here. Otherwise we'll blow right past this thing again. Alrighty. Nice. Alright, so that was, I mean, that's just a basic service run. This is one of the short ones. Most of them are about an hour long, but this is just a short little cool one, just to kind of introduce loading coal and kind of this area around it. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. We can still chill out here for a second while I just finish things up and tidy things up. We'll go ahead and close the windows, turn the lights off, and with the local brake on, pull ourselves back to neutral. And then we'll go ahead and pop up here. Let's go ahead and walk outside. We'll just kind of take a look at the engine, and then we'll just wrap things up here. Why am I stuck? Come on, game, don't do this to me. Alright, well apparently it doesn't want me to do that. So anyway, we'll end it right here. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you guys kind of like this first little look at Train Sim World. I'm planning on doing a lot more videos. Like I said, if you guys want some more in-detailed reviews and looks at the game, be sure to check out the channel so far. Like I said, I got a couple videos on there already that you guys can check out that pretty much talks about the same stuff that is in the game now. And I also plan on, like I said, I plan on doing a lot more videos, but I also want to do a stream this weekend possibly. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitch to be notified when that is going to happen, check out my channel. I got links to my Twitter and Twitch where I'll be posting notifications for that. Also, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, be sure to do that too. It's always appreciated. And if you guys like the video as well, just make sure you leave a thumbs up. That's going to do it for me. I will see you guys with some more Train Sim World shortly. Take care.